Konnichiwa.
Hello,
I'm Daru.
I'm Daru って言ったの
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
青I'm 青です。
And this is 何でしょう、朝。
こちらはバイリンガルポッドキャストでございます。
Yeah, we talk a little bit in Japanese and in English.
はい。
And what are we talking about today?
今日は日本に旅行に行ったエピソードを1個前に出したんですけど、全部お食事のお話だったので、
Yeah.
今おはって言っちゃった。お食事のお話だったんで、次は何をしたかを話そうと思っていいでしょうか。
I think it's fine. Sounds like
これすかって言っちゃった。
すか。
なんか今日変だね。
That's okay. You're hungry, you're tired. Sorry.
I'm hungry.
So I spent 2 weeks in Japan. You spent 2 months in Japan, right? So why, first of all, why did you go to Japan?
なんでかというと、
yeah.
ずっと帰ってなかったから。
Yeah.
そして家族に会いたかったし、犬とおばあちゃんの確認をしに来たかった。そして、食べ物。
That's a big part of the reason.
友達。Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And likewise, I haven't been to Japan. I didn't go to Japan for the past 4 years. And so it was my first time going back in a long time too. And the main reason I went back was to meet Aoi's family for the first time because unfortunately our families weren't able to get together when we got married. And
距離があるからね。
Yeah, between the US and Japan. So that was my first time getting to meet all of her extended family and cousins and friends and siblings and everyone else.
ねえ、本当にいい時間だった。ダルくんが特に日本語を話せるから、こう、全員に合わせるのに緊張せず、こう、紹介できて。
Yeah, that was really nice.
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, it was really nice being able to, spend time with your family and travel and stuff and just be able to use Japanese the whole time and not have to make people worry because they're trying to talk to a foreigner or something.
ねえ、ずっと日本語話すのはでも疲れたでしょ。
I didn't feel like I was tired because of the Japanese. I think, there was jet lag at first and then all kinds of other stuff.
ジェットラグね。時差ボケのことをジェットラグというのです。
Yeah.
いうのです。
So what were some of the big things that we did while we were there?
大きいことは、私のホームタウンを紹介したことかな。軽く。
Yeah.
言っても軽くだね。
Yeah. And?
There
was a couple of really big events.
結婚式だね。
Yes. Not ours, but
ours.
Your cousins.
いや、私のいとこの。そこでは、たくさんのお坊さんたちがいて、で、多分普通味わうのとはまた違った式だったから、
Yeah.
私もすごく楽しんでた。なんか、すごいなと思う。
Yeah, yeah.
雰囲気がね、なんかすごく日本っぽかったよね。
You talking about the actual ski itself or party afterwards? Yeah. Yeah, it was a very traditional Buddhist wedding. Japanese Zen Buddhist wedding, I should say.
Yeah.
And
日本
it was awesome as an experience because I've always had an interest in Zen. Not always, but for a very long time now. I've read a bunch of books on it and traveled Japan myself and did a bunch of other things. But it's very interesting and fascinating for me to have it be like a part of my family now,
ねえ、なんか楽しかった。し、あと他にやったのは
We hung out with lots of your friends. And with different friends and different days, we did a bunch of different things.
そうだね。私の女の子の友達紹介しまくったりして、
Yeah.
一緒に遊んでもらったりして、3人とかで。で、
Spent a couple of days with your grandma and your cousin.
はい。おばあちゃんといとこと。
Did a bunch of stuff around Aomori Camp.
青森県の函館。
And Hakodate, which was awesome. Met some of your friends there.
はい。その時はね、JR 乗ったんだけど、帰り の JR の時間の時に雨が降ったかなんかで、遅延で遅れて乗れないですって言われてて、やっべーって思って。それで、その子のお家に泊まるとかいろいろ話したんだけど、結局、2時間後 ?3 時間後ぐらいのやつ乗って、いろいろ予定狂ったけど、それもいい経験だったなって今思ったら思う。当時はすごいドキドキしてたけど。
Yeah.
やべえって。
I mean, worst case scenario, we would have just got a hotel or something, but
まあね。
it was fine. It was nice to have like a go with the flow kind of attitude and just, because we weren't working that week or whatever, we could have just done anything. It would have been fine.
なんてね、初日来た次の日だね。来た日が夜で、次の日がダルさんの1日目だったのに、ジェットラッグとかもあったはずなのに、なんかもうすぐタウン行って遊ぼうって言ってくれて、地下鉄とバス乗って、大きい街行って遊んでで過ごしたんだけど、なんかこのペースで大丈夫かなって最初はすごい心配してた。
No. I remember it being fine. I think I just normally I don't drink any caffeine in normal everyday life in America. But for that trip to Japan, I allowed myself to drink coffee because I wanted to be present with everybody and I didn't want like jet lag or anything else like that to bother me. So, yeah, I drank some coffee once in a while over there and it was great.
ねえ、気使わせたっしょ。
No?
本当？いや、あとなんだろうな。なんか、すごく申し訳ないんだけど、なんか食べ物のことやっぱりいっぱい出てきちゃ
う。Yeah. Well, besides just the 食べ物, we went to the onsen a couple of times.
温泉の話。
We did ashiburo. We did ganbayoku.
そう。
We climbed Mount Moira.
はい。
And
岩盤浴。
We went shopping, got lots of books. That was one of my big goals going to Japan was to buy books. Bookofu. I talked about that a bunch.
ブックオフで、外国人いるはずないじゃん、大体普通。なんかすごい、だから一人で目立ってて、しかも日本語のなんか難しい本持って、立ってなんかこう悩んでる彼の姿を見たら、なんかアンマッチで面白いなって思って私ずっと写真撮ってた。
Yeah, I definitely noticed it when I was like walking up and down the aisles of Bookofu and like actually like opening books and reading them. I saw some other guys like almost like look over their shoulder at me like, can you really read this? Or is he just pretending like he can read?
本当にやめるか、隣の人がね。
Yeah.
いやでも本当になんかあの時期大きいオータムのフェスティバルみたいなのがあって、
Oh, yeah, yeah.
ちょっと外国の観光客もちらちら見えてたけど、でもそれでもブックオフにはねいなくて、なおさらね。
Yeah.
あ、なんだろうな、ダイソーとかかな。
Yeah. We tried to go to a couple of parks, but the なんだっけ、北大じゃなくて、what do you call it?
ああ、北大。
北大? They had like this big nature area that we tried to go to, but they were closed when we went.
そう、北海道大学のなんかガーデン
Yeah, なんだっけ、
エリア。
garden area.
ね。
Some kind of nature.
ちょっとこう1時間前だっけな、30分前とかに着いた時に閉まっちゃってて、でそこである2人のおばあ様と会ったの。けどその片方のおばあ様がもうカリフォルニアに住んでる方
Yeah.
かな。
Well, they were living in Tokyo at that time, but they used to live in California.
And her English very
Yeah,
native.
she was like native level almost. I think she was.
No Japanese accent.
Yeah. I think she said that. I don't think she was born in the U.S. or anything, but like since she was like a teenager, 20s or something, she'd been speaking English for a very long time. So
ああ、そこまで聞いてなかった。
kind of was really surprised.
そうだね、そんな出会いもあったね。
Yeah. There's lots and lots and lots of things. I mean, one big one that I normally don't pay attention to, but it's just like how oshare everybody is
わかる
for everything.
わかる
Like their hair and their makeup and even the guys, like all that's really nice.
スーツとかね
Yeah.
なんかアメリカで見るような T シャツ短パンの男性じゃなくてなんかみんなこうちょっとこうドレスをなんて言うんだろう
Yeah.
なんかこうカジュアルが違う意味のカジュアルで
Yeah.
なんか
I imagine that like some of it is probably like stressful and some people don't really want to be like kinishisigi.
うん
But to a certain extent, for some of it, I think I kind of enjoyed the fact that people cared a little bit about how they look.
うん
Like, I think it's maybe a little bit too much on the Japanese end sometimes, but I feel like in the US, sometimes it's almost too little.
うんなんか私そうなってきてたのが自分で感じて
Mm.
なんか私なんかすっごいオフになってたと思ったの女子力がだからあっちに行ってからなんか女性としてしっかりしたいなっていう格好になったし
Yeah, I mean, I get both sides of it, and it's a whole discussion. We could probably have a whole episode about the whole clothing culture in both countries, but it's definitely different. I remember on a different note, I felt a lot of like small differences in like the care that was taken for certain small things. Like even just the first week I was there, I was working. I was working remotely, so I spent a lot of time in a cafe. It was actually Tsutaya. And Tsutaya, first of all, is awesome.
うんうんだやはなんか知らない人もいるかもしれない
Really?
いるか
I thought Tsutaya was like really popular.
In here? No でしょ
Not in the US.
いやなんか見てるか
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Tsutaya is part bookstore and part like stationery store, but they've also usually got like, depending on the location, they can be a little bit different. Sometimes, in fact, usually, I think it was a cafe. And the cafe has all kinds of drinks and a place to work and that kind of thing. And then sometimes there's also like different sections with different like different stores will have like a little area in there. So it's almost like a really small like mall in and of itself. Like the one that we were at had like a kids section with all kinds of kids books and kids toys.
いや
And in the back they had like food and clothes and stuff.
説明うまいね
One of the interesting things about it though is it's normal and like recommended even that you go into the bookstore area, which is all new books, mind you, not a used bookstore, and that you can take them and just bring them over into the cafe and like read them and hang out without buying them, which I thought was really cool.
それがすごく便利本当に買ってないのにそこの隣のカフェで読んで何時間も過ごせたらさ
Yeah.
1杯か2杯かのドリンク代だけでさ
Mm.
1日は過ごせるじ
Yeah.
ゃん最高
If that was like maybe a used bookstore or like a library of some sort, I would understand. Like a
So-
library with a cafe, but it's a new bookstore,
そう
which
どう
I don't think we do that in the US. Maybe at some places, but I haven't seen them.
なんかそれなりの責任はあるよね
Mm.
だからお客様をどれくらい信頼してるかみたいな
Yeah, which to me just felt like that's one of those details of like in Japan, there's this culture of like trusting that nobody's just going to steal your stuff.
うん
Whereas,
あ
as much as I hate to say it, in the US, if you had a system like that, people would just be like, oh, I can take these new books and just walk around with them. Oh, I'll just accidentally put it in my bag and bring it home. And then the bookstore will go out of business because everyone stole their books.
でもピーピーなるやつあるじゃんドアのところに
Do they have a little like card in the books to make it
Ah.
do that?
ある
Probably not. Maybe.
なんかそれもあるし逆になんかアメリカで言ったらセフォラみたいなメイ
Mm.
クアップのセクションとかもあってなんかカップルで行って彼女が来たら彼女そっちにプラプラしないでるとかもできるし
Yeah.
本当にツタヤはいい
The reason I brought up Staya in the first place, though, was like the level of care that I felt in all like small things in Japan, really. Like even just how nice the people were at the cafe, how clean all the stores were. Um, like if somebody's trying to help somebody else, the staff are like almost like running to like help them, even for like the smallest thing, or like apologizing. And yeah, just everyone's super friendly and super nice and patient. And there's like a certain like pride and artistic like approach to so many small things that people do over there. Like one thing that we talked about many times already is on the street there are these manhole covers, just like these big pieces of metal that cover up like the hole down to the sewer system basically, and whatever else is underground. In the US, almost always it's just like a blank piece of metal with like maybe like a checkered pattern on it, or like a label of the company or something. Whereas at the least in the cities that we were in Japan, there were like these beautiful designs that were like fish jumping and like a shrine in the background and like Mount Fuji or something. It was
ああ、マンホールのことだ。
yeah, yeah, yeah.
そうだね。なんかその場所で人気なやつが札幌だったら札幌の時計塔
Yeah.
とか
Even just
時計台とかやだ恥ずかしい。
even just seeing something that simple like made me really appreciate how much like focus and attention and care and like artistry goes into even the small things.
ポケモンのところもあるんだよ。ピカチュウとかモンチッチとかそういろんなのがある。なんか私さっきダルくんが全部クリーンだったって言ったので、気づいたのはトイレだなと思って。
Oh, yeah.
なんかそのアメリカと日本のトイレの作り方の違い、パブリックの公共のはその下足の部分と上の部分の空き具合、なんかすっごくアメリカは足っていうかもうほぼお尻も見えそうなくらい空いてる時あるでしょ。中に人が入ってるのが見えるし、そのくらい空いてるじゃない。でも日本って本当に13センチ空いてるぐらいなんだよね。鍵の色でわかるけどどっちもなんか空いてるんだよねアメリカって。
Yeah, that's true.
でもなんかその日本の作りに懐かしいなって感じてすごく安心してトイレで過ごせたわかんないし、トイレの便座が温かくて、わただいまと思っててあとなんかトイレしてる時に音が流れるの、なんかタララララララランって水の音とかが、その時に安心してできるじゃない。なんかその時に初めて成田だっけなについてお手洗いに行った時にすごく感じた。なんかただいまって思った。
Yeah, that kind of thing, like just the level of care.
すごいよねそこにね。でも一番ちょっと嫌だったのは、ゴミ箱がなさすぎる。
Well, that's your fault for trying to eat and walk at the same time.
アメリカで過ごしててこんなにゴミ箱があるのは当たり前じゃなかったんだって、気づかなかった、留学するまで。
Yeah, I mean, luckily you have kombini and that kind of thing that you can usually throw stuff away at, but
コンビニも良かったんだよね。
Yeah?
永遠に話しちゃう日本であったこと。
Yes. Is there anything else that we did that you wanted to mention? I think there's obviously a bunch of other stuff that we did with friends, whatever, but...
やっぱりさっき軽く流しちゃったけど、温泉だね。でもこれ以上話したらくどくなっちゃいそうだけどどうする？
We can save it for the next time if you want.
Thanks for watching じゃない listening.
Thank you for listening. Please feel free to send us a message on Instagram. You'll find links down below in the show notes.
インスタ見てください。
Yeah, and let us know if you have any other requests, ideas, questions, comments, anything else. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
See you.